Now, agonized families continue to search for their missing relatives 3 days after the Westgate Mall attack. And as Sharon Momanyi reports, the Kenya Red Cross Society has established a list for missing and dead persons to ease identification of the victims of the attack.
It is the third day since the start of what can be termed to be arguably the most cold-blooded form of terror on Kenyan soil. And even as tension soars, the fear in those who have yet to trace their loved ones gets very real.
Tumekuja kuangalia kijana wa nyumbani, a neighbor and a friend to our son, ambaye anafanya Westgate uko Nakumatt, na on Saturday tukiwa kwa harusi mahali nyumbani huko tukaambiwa he is one of the victims.
The Oswald Center in Westlands was set up by Red Cross Kenya as the main tracing center, with lists put up of both missing persons and those recorded as admitted in the various hospitals. It gets worse for those who have confirmed the death of their loved ones. Their grief only to be imagined. The various hospitals which were treating those injured from the attacks put up the names of those admitted as well as those lying in the morgues, also for identification purposes. We're at the Nairobi City Mortuary, where friends and families of those afflicted are streaming in, some trying to find whether their missing kin are among those who lost their lives during the Westgate attacks, others here to collect their bodies. Their pain and agony very clear. The family here lost their loved one, who was a husband and father of two. They narrate how they painfully learned of his demise and the painful search in the morgue that followed.
Saturday hiyo, wakati alingojewa nyumbani, hakuweza kurudi, na ndio hapo tukaanza kumtafuta usiku yote, na mpaka sasa jana kitu kama saa 10 ndio tulimpata hapa City Mortuary. Tumeenda katika karibu hospitali yote na mortuaries, sasa mpaka tukaenda hapa.
Then I was informed that 2 or 3 of our colleagues were inside the mall, and something may have happened they could not be able to know. So I decided to call David. He's the one I knew who could pick the phone earlier than the rest because he's the driver. So when I called, the phone was still ringing. And after some time, a lady picked the phone. When I asked where David was, or he knows who the owner of the phone was, she told me that I found this phone, but if you want the owner of the phone, you can come to the police station.
The government has tried to ease the process of identification of those kept here.
Here we received about 38 bodies so far, which actually what usually happen when you miss your relative, you'll go to hospital, isn't it? Yeah, you go all over, then maybe you come to the mortuary to find out whether the person is here. So some of them came here and found their relatives here. They identified positively. Then also we have to know that they are really the relatives. After which we open up a police file, then we do a postmortem on them. After the postmortem, now the families are free to take the bodies to the mortuary of their choice.
The Nairobi Governor Evans Kidero visited the facility later in the morning and broke down from the sight of the many that lay dead inside the morgue. Meanwhile, the identification process continues across other hospitals. Sharon Momanyi, KTN.